Hey, this is Lisa Carter, your Common Core Instructional Specialist, and I'm going to walk you through how to create a common formative assessment. You're going to use the Kershaw County School District Common Core Standard Pacing Guides. Each school has been given a select number of standards. You're going to develop 2 assessments for those standards. Smaller schools will partner with larger schools. For example, Barron DeKalb and Pine Tree Hill are working on the same standards. Bethune and Jackson are working on the same standards, and Mount Pisgah and Watery Elementary are working on the same standards. So those teachers will need to be communicating, and so principals will be responsible for helping you coordinate. You're going to use the template that is provided, and this is the information that you'll need to put into the template: the grade, the subject, the 9 weeks, the standard number, the question, and 4 answers, with one being, of course, the correct one, and then you'll identify the correct answer, whether it's choice A, B, C, or D. Well, now let's go to the form. Here's the form, and make sure I get it in this shot so you all can see. Here, and these are drop-down boxes, so you would select your grade, and it scrolls so you can identify your grade. Then you would select your subject, and you would, if you are not on this list, then you would select other. You would select other and then type what your class is if you are not on this list. But let's assume that you are one of these, and let's say math. And then we are doing this right now for the first 9 weeks. So you would type your standard in, whatever that is. And then you would, right here, just the number. Then you would type your question. And then you would have an answer that would be under A, an answer that would be B, C, and D. And then you would say, all right, the correct answer is D. Let's go to a sample. Here's one already completed. This is 2nd grade, it's math, and it's for the first 9 weeks. This is standard 2.0 A.1. If you are last in line and are 3rd in line, 3 more people come stand in line. How many are in line now? A, 0, B, 3, C, 6, D, 9. The correct answer is C. Here is a middle school question. This is reading informational text 7.4. Menace or nuisance. Repeat offenders, latest arrests, incite anger among his victims. This is a link to an article in the state paper very recently, and then so they would read that, and then they would answer this question. After reading the article, select the meaning of the word menace. So here are the definitions of menace that they can choose from. The correct answer is D. And then here is a high school math question. This is high school algebra. It says, using the remainder theorem, find the value of F negative 5, or however you read it. I'm not sure because I'm not a high school math teacher. I took this question from a test online. So here's the correct answer, and I would have no idea how to create optional answers that would look like it could have been the real answer. So if you want to use this question for this standard, you may, and just put alternative answers in there. But the answer is B because that is the right answer and there are no other choices. But you would provide choices. The reason we are putting it in this format, let's go back to the original, is because we are going to partner with a company that can import all of our questions into a database based on standard, grade, and subject. You'll be able to access that database and create assessments that are from these questions. The first 9 weeks questions are due September 27th, and we may have to move that back a little bit because if you all need help when I come to your school during September. But right now, the main thing you need to be aware of is to seek your principal's advice as far as what standards you are responsible for writing a question for, and then write that standard here, just the number. Then you write the question, and then you are going to give choices, and then pick the correct answer and identify it in there. You'll save this, and if you would save it as, so if I've completed this and I am at Bethune, I'm going to save as, and you can just save it on your desktop or wherever you want to save it, but you would say Common Formative Assessment, and then bank, and then add, like if you're Bethune, BET Math or BET ELA. That way when I'm collecting them, I can put them together based on their category and their grade, or the subject and the school, who's creating it, so we know if all the standards have been submitted for the 9 weeks. Again, creating common formative assessments. You're going to use the pacing guides. Your principals have been given that. Each school has been given a select number of standards. Your principal has highlighted that pacing guide so that she knows which grade has which standards for the first 9 weeks. You're going to develop 2 assessments for those standards. So if you have 3 math standards for first grade, you're going to have 6 questions total on your form. The smaller schools will partner with larger schools. So Barron DeKalb and Pine Tree Hill, Barron DeKalb and Pine Tree Hill will work together, because maybe Barron DeKalb only has 1 second grade teacher, whereas Pine Tree Hill may have 3 or 4. They can work together creating those 6 assessments. So maybe Barron DeKalb would only create 2, and Pine Tree Hill teachers would create the additional 4. But this would be between your principals and the grade level teams to work out. Again, you're going to use the template that was provided, and this is the information that you're going to need. The grade, the subject, which 9 weeks, and for right now, everybody's going to pick first 9 weeks. The standard number, the question, 4 answers, and then identify the correct answer. Again, let's go to the form. Here's the template. Remember, it's a drop-down box, and you can select whatever subject you are building this assessment for in the 9 weeks. Type the standard in there, the question in there, choice answers, and then what the correct answer is. If you have any questions, I will be in your schools one day the month of September. Feel free to ask me when I'm there, or shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to assist. The purpose of creating common formative assessments is that we are all setting the same expectation and standard for one another, and it makes us more familiar with what the Common Core standards are at our grade level and in ELA and math. And for those who are not ELA or math teachers, you will still use your South Carolina standards in social studies, science, and world languages to develop common assessments. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to call me. This is Lisa Carter, the Common Core Instructional Specialist of Kershaw County School District.